So albina mona ko deke Khadija Ture Tunjina village la Alcalo Khadija Ture ani Musa Susso de e plano de dale de e ko kata adama baro la manzakunda la NPP mol nene albe o fana mola mba kono fanni la le kibaro kono albina mola ko NPP de ida malbe dundi nyola de e ko la fita menna new manke NPP la fractional the former United Democracy Party members of the code dama barona la tribal bigotry politics gangol nying nimena decision nying imari trif because a keno de 2021 presidential election nying asunyata nyade de ide ibelebe fola wala dama barode ala decision nying ta ya falling abe travel division political men na NPP kono inyanda falling ngai biduo ada ni beja fadin ko sinna ada mandin ko ni beja fadin ko nyin sinne sa kanyande e kaje ni fon jolanta ko no isim kana kati jaran ko la probable la nyinde anyway so nalbe alonko Musa Susso is a confirmed drugs cartel. I will just go a little bit history about Musa Susso. Musa Susso a former National Assembly member in Ya Jamila time during the APRC. Ya Jame special gown ceremony ka drokol nying ika tamandi ka wafi wado Ya Jame ka fuko wati minala bank be alalea. I drop gown ceremony ka drokol nying wafi. So Musa Susso was also part of the Jamila government, but Avanala drop gown kadroko nyin transport akala power nyin abuse as National Assembly member akadroko nyin transport. So nale Musa Susso something abe relevance nyin quality because there's a little fracas member ni NPP tema due to anambara travel political nyin. Musa Susso sang and then CDC say Mayor Lonko abe QTV la present alamari and he's one of the chairman and or MPP la secretary, I don't know, chairman alamari. Ebe relevance nyine kanje because mone yeah CDC say kabrin 2016 presidential election on Yimbotala coalition masa kundanya nada. Memo problemo de Adama Barrow in CDC se tema wala nyende ko birata Adama Barrow la wulu sateto ay Adama Barrow la koraji benu ay video kije ay natalo kije ka tandiko Adama Barrow de birata da mansa kunda do kunyinola wala birin kambenol be election on kelae fuaro le mati amam fensodo ala korda fele korjeti sansawon wala bala korrato and then a normal Gambian korrala babulo kono like any other poor innocent Gambians. See, this is a lot of video is touch Adama Barrow to an extent hansa konante abe Adama Barrow in CDC se temale. So these both parties left a relevance in Sutla because they made Adama Barrow to believe because CD is from Bruford near London. Kabrikama Error Council, Kiamani and Yankoba Boy in the because common call Ikanyo Fasal. So Birin City Mana Yankoba Bushanino, despite Adama Barrow power Nimbe invest, Proka City support, Aradake Gambedi on you know what, stop. We don't need this double sword. Kuna wataleko coalition mazakunda betenne. Biyo mazakunda betaka ala tuba urubula natana sa kanafu moleko lafta Adama Barrow le moti minyana kayanda doko kele. So okuya baring Adama Barrow nyenteman. But siri nyanda relevant sort la nyari in term of you know ni mazakunda election men kana ibe be kabudol sinkande ko jumal nyanda kala minister wala jumal nyanda kala kiyama do brikama. So Sidi ning Musa Susso are now working hand in hand. Nyimola ramoneke Sidi na sa Musa ba try kan kala naming ka clean or whatsoever by by hosting or going to the media houses like QTV with City, question on ka be prepare pro Musa Susso nyanda fan clean na. So Musa got another strategies abimen kekan. Wala ni Adama Barrow abe Gambia siri kungul takindi no la nyade de. All these two people mene anan ko be India mo kekan de. Man dingol de. But say after again it after relevance no la Adama Barrow la man government kono nyade de because Adama Barrow, this is what Adama Barrow made order like the fuller communities to believe ko atla man sakunda mo fuller man sakunda lati mbe fata lawd la fana do dalilo me atna ñun mo fana be relevance ni e ba ñine kan NPP kono. So signed the Musa Susso ay kodi jamaleta ka bondi ka samba tunjina mo mun risate dem. Tunjina is a very historical town in the Gambia. Alikalo me meje ka fole ko Kadija Ture Musa Susso ning CDC ze wul dawle gata te kodo di wala e kole ye musul mobilize indie ka fo ko e nyanta asobi lel sanna sulanen kunjalo tamantama do tata fita wudlato. So biro keta e kodo nyin janja wo musul nyinte masoka dong dung mole kan ka tandila ko Adama Barrow la masa konda fele de ye tractor le natalena bari nyanta delegation la wuloni da pour ko men tractor mo bere tati wede mu UDP mu NRP mu APRC bari midala nga masa konda di mane saja ko la jan sama do dal men binya fana lefta pour masa konda ma ko femala. So yo kodo nyin di wala bari political ko le ba ko be Musa be power gain no la nyaade de. And then CDC sila hand in hand doko pro be relevance no Adama Barrow manza kuna jade katanga ko molle fana bente ko mene alonko I'm very powerful. Very soon Adama Barrow la travel because political ibe Musa fana tale be plaso nyindila because ibala commanding column and about a combole. The combo is a political powerhouse. So Musa nyol fana go strategy de play kan by like yes by force and fana nyanta domala. These people are not in for Gambians but in a personal interest. So yo kolole samba adi Kadija Ture la mi ananko is ale kalo le mutu jereng kuloro bala and kuloro ni tu jereng ni Musa de meni ananko border tale. So ila asobili se ko sa wo Kadija Ture ale kalo yole muti bati bari Musa Susso of Sukuta yole muti fati. Nyinka ponyi men Canadian Gambian United Democratic Party la members and other opposition party members they can blackmail. There is nothing called a tractole deal to la kata do ko kafu Adama Barrow manza kuna tractole natali. Puru sama dola le bena musole empower la wala Adama Barrow manza kuna kodole la nemela ngo kana musole empower. Wala Fatuma da Barrow la fa kanal mako kododa be mu wuli afolje na fatala. Sanyi jela Adama Barrow besire. Munana sa Adama Barrow manna katul empower at that time atolo tujere musolo. Alina inke odita le ajanya le tujere musoli. Tunjina musoli anin kuloro musoli katanila ko. Scam solo ferena kanin drugs katelo le left a call scam so badly. So iko Kadija Ture, the alcalde of Tunjina, yola muta bati, so Musa Susso yola muta fati. It we kodonye ndila ka asobisa ibina monekela Musa Susso bina olbina kala ko kada fa control la wale kada din kullela Musa Susso be NPP through sidin jaya be siloni nyinile pro kata ke Samba State House ka present jeko musol meni yalanko ye Musa Susso mute fati wale kada Adama Barrow konton kata nala ko nyimbe mu UDP nkolleti bari ko bota UDP le ifele ko kata NPP le bari entene mute fati pro kala awala mala CVT abe doko menyine ka Adama Barrow la maza kunda pro ka appointment on yendela because sane ya bondi deputy deputy governor yala in West Coast. So sabe abe bounce back la nyame abe strategy nyin abe le play ka. So gamena na salon ko nyama Musa Susso is scammer. and is a former drugs cartel ole mate alialna ya jamla mazakunda ya suru no nyade abi droko transport kam as national assembly member ya jamla ya mota ole to itate ya police ole ya mota itate ya fire ole nya masilo kono ya kitindi ya soro. So a drugs cartel and no handsome, including this Pablo Jabi yen droko many alanko the suspect droko many alanko for army officer solta ye by fotela dokola Musa Susso is part of this drug case me alanko yata, but a complicated back. I don't want to talk more or details because of whatsoever reason. According to the advice learning kunjaro mending and say don't do that child. So Musa is part of that one. So you can call nene. You call to banku dim fuaro. You call nene. You call kafunyoka ye asobili sangaye. Ye okay la CVT. Uribita doko nyinda nyama. Gambe musolo nyanda la level nyanda tambila wala silana. Nanyo la lap kuningu nyanda tambila wala le. Nyim politician ole kanana ye kododo manindiale mane bododo manindiale. Ikale asobi sang. Itoli wotai ye kamera borindale kandro natalorek. That SN ideologies has to stop in Gambia politics. And stop la. You can only use in a CVD. So let's go back to the NPP. The reason why NPP be disintegrated. And then the reason why the Adam Barola Mazakunda, if they take a medial approach, wala ika a multi tax to do the census within the fuller migrants in the Gambia. What is the motive behind it? The Anambarola Masakunda is censorship like they tax a certain individual or community in the name of sensitizing, immigrants in the Gambia. But the motive behind it, they want to know exactly how many immigrants, especially the Guinean immigrants in the Gambia. Ibalon na mo immigrant jelle na the Gambia. Many alan ko ye mansa kundanya approach for a resident permit, and in many alan ko believe in Gambia kono illegally. This survey will conclude recently. Yakeda dilo men kama wala nyindiko. Adama Barrow la Mansakunda is survey kele kalonko. Gambian don't want to vote for Adama Barrow this presidential election. Mark my word. The Gambian are sick and tired across the tribes in the Gambia. Adama Barrow kanyim political may use, tribal political may use. Fula Jamal be suffer banko kanje. They cannot even have a dinner as I'm speaking to you tonight. Jola Jamal, in fact, the Jolas, the Adama Barrow entirely, a government for the past good years, a Jola community, Jola, the major Jola community in the Gambia, I acknowledge, especially in California, Kolo. Adama Barrow entirely, I fully ignore completely. And then the major Mandinka strongholds in the Gambia. These are the two tribes Adama Barrow Mazakunda Minotalon deliberately I ignore in terms of employment. Even the security reform me along Kekake. The number of Jolas been sacked within the Gambia security forces. I'll tell you statistics in Italia find out in the Gambia. Both police, immigration officers, the PIU, and the Gambia army. The number of Jolas been sacked in Adama Barrow government amount to the economy. So, but if you come back to the Adama Barrow, the recent intake in past years, so konaka sijumaleli empower back. So the Adama Barrow NPP, the leadership became aware of the tribal division politics. Abeme use come against the other tribes within them. In order to realize, God, this is not going to work. So, memo major problem on the Sawala Nyendiko. The Adama Barrow former United Democratic Party la far right extremist many Adama Barrow la Mansakunda kono. Yajeleko the recent statement from the political advisor to the Adama Barrow. Yajeleko he was very close to Adama Barrow. and Adama Barrow any political move aka mol danta on lelta ni wala kata kila political okay. So the former UDP members, including Yemenikila, men foreign service, Fabuata Kampata Bage, ye WhatsApp group or sa. If I remember what I need to go, the Adama tribal division political we make cake. It has to stop. They either bring unity within the NPP, wala Adama Barrow be ala mol member that they travel bigger the political men ni continue to nyama toward 2026 presidential elections. Iba make sure lalako ibe for. So one of the biggest heavy discussion within the far right NPP members. While the indigenous Gambian NPP members, I would call them, they are indigenous Gambians. Many alango wale Adama Barrow la MPP la founding father soldi but say I take kick out la from MPP due to travel, politics, due to travel divisions. Because Adama Barrow I feel like wala matla interesting. Adama Barrow they know ko Adama Barrow he is very proud Mandinga, originally from Kiang. But they gold. Adama Barrow mo Kiang gold. So Alcana Adama Barrow in Badibungol associate wala bolongono he's from Kiang. So in Adana mentani Adama Barrow wala nyindiko because nyinika mentani Adama Barrow ka fa neko. Despite all our development plans, so la be make kan Kiang a famala origin botas Kiang damendo. Abe lampol samba kanya be silol samba kanya wo Kiang community killing on the Mandinga community doesn't support. Strongly Mandinga community doesn't support Adama Barrow. So ka Adama Barrow demine. So to Adama Barrow atiyajeko naya from associating with the other tribes sola obekelate political culture to remain in power. Because ajeko there are two biggest tribes in the Gambia will need Adama Barrow support. Like this is how they made Adama Barrow to believe Mandinga community, Mandinga based big towns will take out the finance. And in Jolala community, especially for you, forget about those people. Because this is how they portrayed Adama Barrow like the current government. So Adama Barrow masakunda mantara Gambia dingoleje barila self-interest will follow. So nyimda manara dung Adama Barrow na la mol tema the Mandinka based support NPP or the founding fathers would ya feel like laftela party ni hijack le bulle based on whatsoever reason. In another main discourse was up group of this is very sensitive one. I'm not gonna play this. Ila MPP la kwalikono because kumajama la fota jamii alanko is not going to help. But we will keep la fota ning campaign wado besila tumona nga blow air. Yeah, this is Ibu la molde survive la mulo this year. Ibu wage ila MPP to survive la nyala jam. And that political is very dangerous, yeah. Don't underrate me there. Adama Barrow asila tanale. So nyina mu problem oti ni teme ko now Adama Barrow la political aje ko mon membe surrounding Adama Barrow left Adama Barrow tala ka ke tati many yalan ko man keleke during Jamela struggle time ko many yalan ko is suffered ini Adama Barrow na they struggle a lot ke la patinymbula kanaka NPP nyinta ka ground ka establish in support of Adama Barrow but it will be valuable Adama Barrow nyatilingola. Adama Barrow to use like a dump. You could look at the current employment in the Gambia. So almost every key position within the party in Arajibe ko to la MPP dingol many alam ko to la move the founding fathers already. Motije me alam a very important key position also already. Eko hanada MPP be operate kan Gambia nyameng. MPP la operational. In Adajibe, abe more level many alam they are not even founding father within the MPP. So in former MPP or the MPP la founding father so it come father back. So Ninarana Diamo Intanara Menke Wala Nyindiko. They will finally approach Adama Barrow way of politics and other surrounding if they don't change. secret sol many alanko the tactics sol many alanko ya play during the 2021 presidential election will be exposed. So the opposition political parties, this is the great opportunity for you. NPP be disintegrate can alkana song yalla mind sol diverting. They are disintegrating beyond repair, and nothing can stop that one toward 2026 presidential elections. What about Jumale, how many of you remember the Sulanding Kunjaro revelation when the Senegalese president visited the Gambia? Another part. Sulanding Kunjaro information on the high table economy discussed. No. I don't want to enjoy my fight tema. The Senegalese army are not going to remain in the Gambia. Jumala remember Jambiring Bafoka. The Senegalese army, ye firewell bit Yindi with the President Adama Barrow, Kajako Senegalese government, Senegalese solar 2 years mandate Lebanda Gambia. That's not true. Tonya Tako, Fanny Alam is a political motivated test. Me alam ka about an Gambia government able to baffle the Gambian or to fool the citizens. Senegal government are not in good time with Adama Barrow Mansakunda simply because during the presidential election in Senegal, there are documentation on the finita many alanko Senegal la Mansakunda e bulo la woleka. Yemen semana Adama Barrow Mansakunda ka tandalako. Ninamo transactional and market salad temanon to suppress the current citizen in Senegal, the current government, when they were opposition political parties. In Arajago, Adama Barrow ni market salad ye program on the many alanko Senegal, the only make a model take register Gambia, the only many alanko they are not even qualified to vote in Senegal. But ye ajeko Adama Barrow ni market salad la masakunda dunta nyobulu nyama. Kanaka modo register Gambia kono meni ana ko se carte final make sala en la wala la parti en pro ibe nin current government nin ibe bondi no la Senegal nyame. So Senegal nin current government ibulo la documents so ko na ka wala ta kaji and nali I remember during the election o wato kono Senegal show do left ta la carte final for Adama Barrow la masakunda police ki kan ke arrest Gambia kono je Katandila ko ulimanya na carte file yaje ko nyene mo bilateral relationship o membe ni Gambia tema inadaje ko Adama Barrow la current government be nyameng andung ya Adama Barrow tax to do the reforms sol meni ka nyanda kala ni kuriya kol meni ko dunta ni Senegal la former government nyen tema inadaje ko woldal imanta kontinela because French government wale ka make sala la Mansakunda jono ka Senegalese la sodero me Gambia wale ke jo. So in Arajago they are not paying by the ECOMOG or the AU, but the French government me alonko Senegal la current Mansakunda contract or terminate in French government yentema. So Senegal government are not willing to wasteful spend ila Mansakunda la kodo on the Senegalese army in the Gambia wala netade ke withdraw. When that happens, Adama Barrow yajakola Alaman Sakunda kaning Gambia dingole agreement settlement na in 2016. The security reform in market because it be locally only maintain can to suppress the Gambians. So Adama Barrow be doubting nin Senegalese soldier mantraje because all about kantaka wale state house occupied. Now okay, mune better la Gambia army bulu because to yaje ko ya jamela soldier le Gambia army wolma Adama Barrow trust. Imota kote ke la yin travel division political in Gambia. Gambia la sojarole banko sil beleta. You have the Mandinkas, you have the Fullers, you have the Jolas, you have the Sirid, you have the Manjagos, you have all kind of tribes in the Gambia army. But Adama Barrow yin division o membe ke tema nin fonyin nara kudeta na bo banko ka wala sojarole kudeta yin plan. Ka Adama Barrow Mansakunda yin overthrow for seal better jele ba defend la is that seal is enough to defend the Adama Barrow government nyina na Adama Barrow na security advisor city kaita Nigeria no take pledge wala ta Nigeria no yin take appeal for Nigeria la army yin Senegalese sultan yin replace no na le recent or sometimes ago ina ko Senegalese or Nigerian army wole nyanda na ko de na Gambia yin Adama Barrow la Mansakunda yin kanta for another 1 year until 2026 presidential elections. So sulanin kunjaro in kibaro natina. Bi Adama Barrow be shock la bake la bana ko nyaadi la. Yaadi ala la koteke. Abena inji be la sawa sawa da. Biya batar. Biya nyankata ngona dom. But so nyina kundi mo be Adama Barrow la mansakunda kono. Nale na recent kunung program on njibe wala kunungo kunune rada yes sang kusava kunungo ngafale ne ko the current youths many alanko the protesters many alanko itada kila balamba ya nyintandi mansakunda be nafiki ya menna o banko kan e be banko de nyin surprise kan yamen because kodo nyin mantra banko kan gambel economy fatala a bankrupt. And in the Mansakunda be or the private sector, the business, the investment, abe the other investor ni be suppress kanyari le kadila special criminal group holla. Many alango wolimo Adama Barrow la political affiliated company naldi. Many alango akawli use le politically ika profito bondi Gambia dingolo kang. Itolo kawta ka use politically ka Gambia dingol nyenta ke full. Onara diamosi and the Gambia business sector nyenta. So the recent protest because some of the businessmen's wala the Adama Barrow la masakunda businessman or men business on suppress wala bulo be kona anim politicianol puruka Adama Barrow la masakunda ka protest nge mafale ko yenye mbol men mudakata ke five prishino kono ibe is a kind of jam ibe mempele kan ke suppress ni ajibe gambedi ngol manta findi la koteke ibe de tenna jele be na la ko ibe silane la ko nyin dol men yana ko sangambedi ngol manke pour ibe dendi no la nyame manin gambedi ngol ya tanni la ko as long as nyin boyol man findi na me findi la koteke be state house nyin tala Adama Barrow be silaren because iko history repeat itself. When Yaya Jammeh be Jawara kudeta la wati mena Adama Barrow the son any violence creative bango can be wala bekel Adama Barrow la masakunda la danyati. Nawa no video nyi ngo Adama Barrow la masakunda ba wato fela sita. Waye sekindele iko mo security threat lede. Yola mala discourse. So ntela file obe mbato Gambia airport next month ngana Gambia. Me khodi la for September. Meduna Gambia menata la state house bunda la benjala. Adama Barrow la masakunda suspect ko if Gambia no finita kodeketo and extend, that's the end of his government. But Adama Barrow alive after the presidency, he's not yet among plan follow. It's not part of his plan. Remember Adama Barrow kuna Adama Barrow na plan on mumenda na mafia coming fire koteke. We have to make sure you remain or you contest for the presidential election and make sure that you won. Ni win the tinyaro membebe kela tinyaro membeke le masakunda mba cover la nyadi. This is their plan toward 2026. Adama Barrow became miracle any development plan me Gambia kono koreke. Adama Barrow tinyaro menkela la masakunda ba cover la nyadi if they have the opportunity to win the presidential election in the next. I don't think Adama Barrow win that tamla 2 term at tamla 2 years la jabe resign nale. If they settle ka evidence odol tamper. So altol masakunda dokula almeni alanko sun kanyon la kodo nyen ka fendi ndamda ala documents on nyintali ya safe la database nyen kona tinyala. Na masakunda boyta sa fendi banku de only alanko nyen sunyar karne ketaje. Boase de sifa like non jamela time okono when he was permanent secretary somewhere else. Pirata be jane commission on maja evidence on mendol tanda. Because our data protection on our data kona kodul mawaji no mangenda implicate la. But imagine I find in a commission around what is happening. So I told me I don't masakunda kono sa bulol man no. Just tamper some of the documents alias safe la data nyenkono. Not government la data, but alla personal data. Alla email kono. Allow I say from keno jemera kabal remain million years but alla data nyenkono. Even Facebook. Yahoo, Google's email, Gmail, Hotmails. Your data set of me and document kuma background ma wono even in next 100 years. Alba fin la banko di ngoni alanko yin sunyar karne kiji. So nyene mo Adama Barrow problem ot imaje bi ye mansa kundana na ka Gambia police nyinta ke tax kaje ko ni youth manol meni alanko ye 5 selo yin kone se release because it's a security threat. iko la NIA la intel la information nyine di Adama Barrow la katanda la ko in youth manol inyanta release la immediately ye commission on tax nyin commission on tax ta ka pure la nyin ila new tariff me ya lanko ya electa introduce la Gambia ye so called commission on la ne preneur bita diam la nyame ka ta ka ko nyin domandin fa wala ne nyin press release nyin bonde nan kata ne mo la ko Adama Barrow mo le tax ka communication on nyin bill pure ni nyin order business or telecommunication company and then Minister of whatsoever information and so on. Prokata ka sika kolnyenta ka debate ka jibe ebe mo new solution na dila. While these people will like cases pending in the next 2 weeks. So then kunjara kwa for Gambia dingole, including all the opposition political parties. Let them rally behind this youth. Kata ne masa kundala ko ye case nyindino li ye case menta ye accuse ala ya drop. But my party I'm not coffee me. My party is a disgrace. The nature of Gambians, Italo na foninga Gambiano na jibo jata. Ningambiano tata far broke. He can do anything to survive. He can do anything to survive. My fatty bolaja, my not turn to becoming a laughing stock in our society in the name of seeking relevance within Adama Barrow government. Yalamone my fatty desperate nika. My fatty ning sidinja ye compensation also to what minute bruka Adama Barrow la masakundala agenda in support. He was promised to become the Minister of Interior. Yeah, my father promising that. Adama Barrow can easily kill a desperate folk like my father in a political career. Come and get Dr. Susso. Dr. Susso was quite smart enough to get the information minister. He's now a parrot. Doctor is a certified liar. Doctor is a certified liar. My sila take the wulu kabano tisilambi. Some da si so gala kafula ko nga wuli ya men fanfo ya mani alkiya me ko wuli ya fo mbeta ya mani defada me kila nyale. Sometimes I came in ba ka don't worry. Mbe kodo do mani nyini ni ngoso to mo like ni be mboni da masakunda ko ba am financially independent to be. This is how they do. This is how they operate. This is how these narrow-minded selfish individuals, this is how they think. They can commit a sin. Ya mena jani be fale be to be la alsina yamfe. So my party was promised Kwanyanda Kela Minister of Interior when this current Minister of Interior was the police IG. Sirinja ya blackmailing in Kododo Mande Yalan Senegal Musoli Tabiro no. My party in flamboyant life meant that I have done a bad dollar. And the funniest part of it, my party the GMC is completely bankrupt. Yalan GMC Beno Nyame is a family business entity. GMC was completely set up as a profitable organization, not a political party, but a profitable entity, business to generate money through my father's survival. He was solely responsible of GMC Laka. And other male signatory to that account might just call and ask GMC. Nyaya GMC boyta. Even the Barrow me idea like GM Maya Kuloto one. No, ika niya may makadunga baga. Kadunga because I don't know entire. Sani kunjaro mambede. So. Mai is the only political party me alam ko biya findita bandala in support of the Gambians. Gambia youths in support of Adama Barrow government against the Gambians. Kwete political party lo left a banko dingol men manro. Funding kelimeni ko la kola at nite banko tala. You are now supporting government to seek relevance. Puila appointment ye la hilimene mage. My Anambra will never allow you to become an interior minister. Ngechat leno ye by ye without explain. A constitutional article ya samba ya table. Anambra ya fight one. My party sita kakumbo. No, it got depression. Yara mol malo, most of these stroke cases me ara kakasudo dunia kono 90% stroke cases. Those with many at least some knowledge about in a medical field. 90% of stroke personnel them stress or kake, depression or kake. Stress is very bad. So my party man get jarango. I love my party jarango. Mine is very depressed. So my current situation of Gambia court case me Gambia abe lorin. My kodo generating court case in the land butchering in more of the land was retired. My documents of propose here. And then a structure a mantra taka wanyama because nina Gambia land butchers will find a criminal lawyer many my is not part of the group. So survival became very hard. So my need to lie. My brother was a very, very hard working somebody. And when my life alleviating it to an extent, I don't want to go to that end. But Benjamin, so my interior minister, the Domino Minister, will be party in Senegal. So here in Senegal, so chief general. So you have to bad double to him and Angale conversation. I Angale do more. Angale more. Even a qualification is questionable, but Angale. So now Angale go Barrow confusion there. So Barrow can Angale can deal for him buy as interior minister as a phone call control and for you call the cut and then the continue not to give up within these 3 years. So I have to continue. So Barrow can APR single se do go and APR Sheila base before. my definitely need money. Bro, I am telling you. So mine is the only opposition political party may finish that be the opposition altar, the Gambia funding kilter, ke blast, ke ridicule in the name of seeking attention or at the position of the second within Anambarola Masakuna ko sidinja ya black men yaman kafa ko make the interior minister. This is sickening. Fati haza. Nambe fati me konto wanda. Ndangama ibu inyanda diamla ila boss na Adama Barrow, I might consider my badly need position not to ridicule the youths. Many of them want them the future country, want them the future leaders of that country. Kaulta ridicule. Yo youth man will be given many of them demonstrate some are university graduates and they don't even have a job because they don't even worry. So you have to make sure that ye dear mother boss I might consider my need an employee. My Mugambia the old and I right to look employ. But if my money na blackmail like if I could make it interior minister nya casa yala political career tinya. Yala political career tinya as GMC la leader. GMC fella bankrupta, GMC kodi table. Femfen table because I need a party the only from book contribution of the sila according to Ngamo in Sam. GMC la account is empty. In the last contribution, well, my card contribution because Kodoman travel have a contest even the National Assembly members so they malon. So the dance balancing domain radio or cara system transaction of the canal angle terrica. No, Gamero, I'm telling you. Every job dealer like this youth soul. No, family bang. Family behind and you may tie sabale. So as another more a sense in motion and Gambians. And unity sort of. This is the biggest opportunity for opposition party to end Adam Barrow government. They entirely faced the entire Gambia. They failed us. They failed the youths. I was watching one Mr. Sehu Kamarala video later. And the data statistics I make about the number of Gambian students graduating from high school to college and then the university. Yeah, compare. Gambia din jelleka doko soto lara jelleka scholarship soto katala education on your foreign and abroad. Yajiko Gambia is a failed state, completely failed state. And another Lumumba Junior jibe for Patrick Lumumba lemba for Jumalan this African, the Pan-African inshallah head member Africa. African currency in GB is almost 33 to 50 something currency level in Africa. About that currency in there is no currency me alongo. It's a financial well business transaction on you so currency in use no outside the African continent. Akonale Africa la one currency in samba, for instance, Gambia dollar so samba nadu the Senegal kono Gambia dollar so is useless in the middle of Senegal. But the near dollar finding little moment like yes, this is United States dollars. The Gambian is stigmatized completely. Africa is a disaster. Yana murukote kide Gambia la current situation o jibe banko batambe Gambia banko ni nata businessman la many ala ko ka banko ni important they are directly dealing with Adama Barrow la nyino hand pika e banko la man banko la import contract aya chika dila lansino dila ko kaltule marla banko bela import nyena. The other indigenous Gambian member Gambia businessman or many other Gambia dingol le wolti wuluta Gambia le wuluta janne boyta. E wuluta jele la kodonyi made le ka Gambia ka business okay many other is important export keno Gambia. Alam boro Gambia dingol ni nudge. Ala foreign business partners so la lansino di wala to go and operate ka import and export kena. Yalam ko any foreign businessman no na Gambia kono. Ne wana da Gambia kono abe main follow nyininka wala nyinde mema sakunda mbe safla nyaadi de anduna business nyanta profit le main laje not at this time around only rice importation on target about make sure the next year mba include make onion and in potato nyimbo fana include laje and oil mena business nyimba expand na nyaadi and this business, to expand this business, I need profit. But within this profit, I need support. And I need to make another extra profit in order to expand my business. Adama Barrow masakunda nyina bi baluwo dabu kama Gambia banko dingol meni yana ko nyanda export and import kala ka banko ka na fulo ka baluwo da sonande Gambia. He deliberately ignore those people. And then foreigners are making profit on Gambians. At the same time, if Adama Barrow ka profit on meso do ni Adama Barrow ka sia atakole use politically ni konko ya mutale mali bodo kilin sala dia la le odomo. No bada je nyinala. Imagine sama watu zitakole ko kana tractor letter. So fall to be la filale. The kind of the cash crop me Gambia sama dollar monkey farmer. You cannot call them as a farmers. Akamunda like business and in trade. You have the traders, PT traders, and the real business. So the Gambia sama dollar neighbor compare and floral tema. They are just a PT farmers. They are not real farmers. Like a cash crop like many along with say fengodol wafi no jere fengodol sawala like tielo ni tiedo manindoku yasa. But they are not like a real farmers like this European farmers. Many along with kadugo kele ila sama do fengonia do ku paleta to mona kabe kadol export. Let's see 50% export and then that 50% will or banko dingol will sustain nolal. Alama Barrow kamane ki gambelo la fama so la ka jelal la ka tulunga la kali muta le komal man ki hadama di wonti hakil tala la buke mira ikal nene ne kebal ni sama bina sile jambano sana ne ko ka tali njala fi fo ka ni sama do wato sida ko ke tractor sana ko nyine bala kun ko ni do ko thinking ko kali mako le bukal mako the funniest part of this Alama Barrow na tractor tala ke don't na kaltul fama killing le bina ko ke ka tractor ni ta ke jo ala tax la through ala tax. This is the biggest insult a Gambian farmer should face on the Adama Barrow government, Kabrin independent or Kata. Kabrin Gambia fans to independent, Kabrin Jawra Mansakunda. Fokana Blaja, Ya Jame Masakundala. Ni Masakunda full of being in the Mantaka tractor, Donton and Kanaka for Gambian Oleko, Atoleba Jola. Nalela Samadu Atoleba Jola. I think this is the biggest insult Gambian Ole face. In the entire Balokono under Adama Barrow government. Look at this. It would allow pity trade, allow pity farming, it can a big farmer. Allow Thai Kongu Jeleventa Bulunyomi. Oda Masinyomi for an economic sustain, no, Ning Adama Barrow allowed to expose Thai. Jinek Dama is enough. But anyway, let's go back to this topic. Yayete ni NPP military no mejandeng alakala can distract and divert from the real topics that the Gambians are facing. The border. This is the biggest insult the Gambian farmer soleme Kabila Fola Ajola Asarakule Amandinka. Adama Barrow Masakunda fele nende baka na chiya yonala. Thinking ko al malong but a magical malum, but it's sour talla because a sour talla, you rather take it or you lose all. And you need for bela concole binale fala fana because Dalman do keno, concole bitale fala because around Ramazakuna rescue. They don't even bother to know whether concole balia be or la concole. Gambia Benjamin to be. Gambia Benjamin to be. Samadolal. Konko men be bolong kono la mafon, to low foni la mafon, to low nyomi la mafon, to low badibu la mafon. But ala mo nyomining badibu die ma. Jarankol. I want to Kongo si fave jara. Yalu jara keta nyame. Ito le mam basoto. So you bukan nye kiti ngodomo, you know. Neatam na tango Taiwa fila siata jara because internet tiny ado kurinka export later jara. So you balako jarankol they can at least have some income. Well, in Chinese, look at Mano Dokulaka export Africa and India and also the Fanagana. Mr. Fafana. Adama Masakunda Fela Juda Gamenona to an extent like a bulala kineng. I'm telling you, kineng. Katarakto donna kavala kalbajola. It can now use politically kafungal and not a Samadola Lemakwe. This is the biggest insult the government of Memphis. Ndama, this is the right time for a opposition party surely a solution on Yeneba. My personal call in Tangi, Janjandi, my banko be dame, Gambia banko be fakan. Gambia banko be fakan, and Ghana Jaranko Velandan and City Favana. And Embara. Gambia banko be dame be fakan. Opposition political party show. I'll see Balselali Miraliaji. Look, Adama Barrow ni sama dola menene kaka tractor ni jambando ledi wala kulonya kono o farmer sol dingo mojele jita university bi me ala mojele jita high school many ala ko qualification no soto pro kata university ko do table o farmer sol membe duma jete al dingo many ala ko ye karama ke parete jite tata Gambia college ko teacher sol la certificate wala karansa kata dinno le karande wo wulo kono ikejo jallala Ikajalaso. What is your kilo nata kotekela Ministry of Education, Basic Education in Savika, Tandilako, bound to the certificate in the member na German fancy left a campaign upgrade in the Koteka, another level on Karampuri by the Konas, joining Fanabe Lafano and Proka now, poor farmer solin Marque, ila Domoro nila Balo la Shokono, because this is part of our tradition and custom. Alefaka dingo ulule dingo kuli be tie do kuake. Near Fansado. Yemurunam Kotekela Alifaleke kill Ike uplifting by giving them financial support was a blessing to the child. Even Ibu Mem from Vejante, he can definitely agree to that. Another NPP Kolemati. But it bela fila nyadi la hadama dingo etai wulu wa futa stage to tumamane kola life nyanta remain in the same position all that. The same position nyanta remain na world. This is practically impossible. So Adama Barrow Masakunda Gambia damage beyond repair. In the next 40 years cannot repair Gambia. And the funniest part of it, Adama Barrow Masakunda na muneke kanaka banko kadulota banko la mea katata for $100 billion. I'm talking about billions loan that mea kabenya nda jola. Yana banko la economy jibe sa obe bankrupt sang European ole stop le sang kodo dila. Sani European ole donda meneka make sure ko sansi lita o lita santa o Gambia banko kan Gambia ya jame Adama Barrow Masakunda kal dalasi fulaka ole so every liter to santa sanso la o Gambia banko kan. Every liter of fuel are important na bango kan. Adama Barrow Masakunda kal dalasi fulaka ole so per liter. Ni ol kodo nyinta ya be kolek. Altulaka o taximen jo. Brikama erel country ka taximen jo. Eka Masakunda kamen busila. KMC Masakunda kamen busila. LRR Masakunda kamen busila. Eka ole la was sans tax nyinkan ka la ni ojibe. Ila julome alanko EU ya dila ni 100 million dile to le 50 million nyensoro. Ye yo julobe kafun nyone ko kunga 50 million jo sila. Yemuru ko deke londo nyen fanata nan ko deke ni o 50 million on nyindi wala ye londo nyen tana isna je sila do warage ko sa Adama Barrow fela kada nyomi silo le dela wala jara sanku ya fela janta min jaran ko law jara buibantema silo membi ye tractor samaje ko ta wala dela e do maninta e berol sanare ya bonje ina muru ko deke o liter sol nyen ta €2 or $6 is I think per liter. Perfect, very good sanko. Ni okta ya collect koteke yo 100 million mentala UN kono wala African Development Bank yo kodo chika koteke ko alta fele koteke ngado maninjo nga some percentage ni njojele ya another 100 million ota. This is how Adama Barrow government is operating. Gamen on the fale many long nyene be kidding Adama Barrow Masakunda kono. We all know this. We ignored. Why not unity? Nga bankota nga strong institution on your London. Kataida ma exposed from nyomi obe Gambia economy about stabilizing it. Na lafitala. Nze company deal la. Me alanko be Australia le. Very so. In fact, ngeni Adama Barrow Masakunda fanyo kana 2017 ya ignore. Australian Brexit nationals your approach. No. La political bring a list order da. Adama Barrow ku view 2016 nsida na bunkono nga list order indira nga na ambassador position of dim fauna to moment wallahi ika criminal member in dunia kono is just terrible. But a business opportunity so many fana be in ladder is just terrible. More fana te banda in society kon many alan ko they can lobe. Mbe sirinje de tubawo en safena. The Australian British nationals. I'm telling you, wage, I prepare a list wala ni ambassador to nyin kon. Nga list to nyin prepare, o list to nyin jamfara mol be amena mol kan, you know. That's how I get these popularities. Everybody. Angale in Savannah. He sent Abena email Okonajan. He sent me a very long proposals about the cannabis business, Procatania legalizing, including the Australian company, and an amount that I swear to the Holy Quran in a year, Gambia can bank not less than billions of dollars. Thai. But Nyomela expanded, Nyomela Banco is very fertile in terms of producing, and time and produce la quality Jamaica da Malasoto and in Morocco. This Kong, the Browns, you know, no, I'm for yes, I'm like a Thailand, and we've been called Thailand, and you've been called, you know, Famoni Jara will go Thailand, you know. When the man get Perry Gomez is an addicted cocaine malalamati, you know. Like a crackless wala naka vibrate like commission of naka filico ate mu jojo le nyanda judgment na kila enda wada malo go this is just a commission set up to find the fact. It could be fact finding mission that you want to determine that as this is a court of law. So it got cocaine on a disadvantage. Or sometimes in the phone and you meet our matman as why don't vibrate emotional to an extent. You got from being at the bankrupt right now, you know. But that's not the case anyway. So Gambian on mu Gambia la nature to be around Barrow Masakuna, you na debt member Gambia kono. Abukat reduce no. Around Barrow Masakuna can strategy data. It can tax member collecting the local government and then the Gambia Port Authority. In telephone companies or like new tariff for many okay left like 3% or even 100 and 300% in total bank because banko la Masakunda economy bankrupt. Ila strategies are not working. Ika kodo nyintano European Union or African Development Bank wala United Nations wala World Bank ika kodo mentaji ila dondol blalbe sanji ye be block jele yela masakunda block a beleto ila strategy mantra working ye new strategy mentano wala nyindiko near 100 million ta ika lanyin tax sole be collect near 50 million soro. It is 100 million on the African Development Bank. You 50 million or Georgia. Will buy like at least 50% of the debt in your debt, your jolly. It are another institution on you apply. You 100 million or target, you know that. So you can all this international funding organizational managing. Many Kamasakunda in support. Around Barrow Masakunda, you don't have better sang. Adantale. Arabo will look at you the more. Will get a jacolade. The Chinese, well, they are well planned. Chinese will carry a la bank was in the name of supporting your government. Ika bank likewise, the Indians. So, another Masakunda, he's not getting any fund anywhere. So, the only thing we make a tax increase. Either Nawekla Karole be tarifole la falaje to make you suffer. In order anambaro masakunda kodoni generate wale telecommunication on la tarifol ni lafa for the citizen to continue to suffer because this modern world people need to communicate through internet but yaje ko new WhatsApp group wol men kana janten silam yi to yi opportunity ta ko new WhatsApp group wol ni online media sol ni muito le threat lete so the only thing we make la wala ndiko ka telecommunication on telephone yinta ka la fa ibala ko poor people men yanta carte file wolto ita afford no to buy a mobile credit ibala wolte lamo no la information on like mark jana kany very sensitive information on for to government enlighten it go that's an obstacle to anambra mansakunda so they either increase the tariff to suppress the citizens, information but in turn, iko tariff men increase ka profit men bondo banko di ngol fana bala. Ibina wale use la against ni al konkonde al pareta, yal suppressing, yal jackalin, yal konkonde al pareta. Yana muru kote ke na yao kode new nyinti ya dia la pluka doma ni nyinta kadom. This is very sad. So folk ngana sura levi nyina mu NPP la and helma vele kana German all to no ndeka ndemu socialist already no ndamanga I'm so good in you see even more me along you don't even go to school. You know, this is exactly how Adamabaro Masakunda operates. This is how Adamabaro. Well, Menale, I will come back. Adamabaro Masakunda be plano menke kan kodeke. The political recommendation to the chairmans of the IAC. Ibe stage malato. Don't wait. That story is to be told. Mina janasa. So I kunyalo be ole dika. Monadna Adamabaro left a political recommendation to the IEC, la former chairman Jai. Monadna left a single laka. We will come to that. The current IEC la chairman o me alanko ya appoint. Mole adna Adam Barrow yata aya appoint. Sila ni kunjaro binala bela fana sad laleje. Adam Barrow ala health condition of benyadile. Murana Adam Barrow la time on your water kona minimize. Murana la appearance to the public medias ayatala. Adam Barrow la health is questionable. Jumala mala doctor. Banyan koli ya domor ndile ba. Murana Adam Barrow bukani mira no afaye. Nyumfana binara. Sila ni kunjaro babe kisi la na. I've never been a propagandist. I am always been a straight shooter. But I'm a very Democrat person. Very Democrat. I'm a Democrat. So we can disagree, and agreed. And I'm very tolerant in terms of, like, to having conversation with NPP members. By the way, Madam Alejandro, to have your seer. So, story munyana ko. Musa Susso. I'll have to bounce back. I don't borrow Mazakunda because I'll domoro bandal sila. But domoro kilanyadi the Sam for working hand in hand with CDC, the former desperate journalist. May Adama Barola poverty exposed to the society. Is now working very hard with Musa Susso to gain relevance in NPP government. At Adama Barrow Mansakunara Travel Division Politico is hampering them so badly. So they are now using a vulnerable Gambian women's force in the name of, politics. Katanila kwenye UDP the only way to would have foible. Musa Susso, a confirmed criminal and a drugs cartel, want to bounce back. And Adam Barrow government. So, nyina mutopiko tiko NPP de ibe disintegrate kane. The NPP be talaka mfolated si la saba o nani. Ko Adam Barrow la nyi si kilo me bala NPP kono NPP nkole fele kamfara the founding fathers of the konima bula. What a sunyaro ke na 2021 presidential election ya sunya nyade. Ka bebe lankele mala nani BFO. NPP la current situation. MPP be disintegrate. Also to Todia. Alinyenta Alia Janjandi WhatsApp group kono na meroli la mala. But na secretary na record as all be sirina, Yeah, that was very wrong to expose Adam Barrow poverty. For Majesa, we all know what is happening. Now Adam Barrow is building a story building in America, in Makamankunda. Billions of dollars story buildings in Makamankunda. So CDC is left to rectify la sila. He's doing his utmost best at QTV. Prokala relevance in wala name clean, and that still didn't go well with Adam. But Altiloto dia. Name left to join you can have your sia wala nga topo jam. Talansa wala kanakuma. Ngata na nyobi saba, ngata na nyobi tabani mangala. Asuloto dia. Ciao. A big header. Yalo, if we like tricky, sneaky, tricky, you have to stop this. Sometimes you pretend to be very neutral, a democrat and sound-minded individual. But in another way around, you are so tricky. Nila fta dum fana promote to get, nge recommend amana mbaro maza kundare kabetala. Nga some beef sort of Facebook ko rek nge deng. Nge promote like automatically the employment or don't talk about like investment in your may expel from there. So Nyenemu tonight midnight show the movie content many other time ta Fatu Barrow and for Fatu Barry calf on your guy look like I don't know. It ain't better sorrow. na Solicitor General mbe wala kile de kay be sorana. Thank you so much. I'll see you to dia. Ciao. Bye bye.